our body uses two fuel to burn for energy. The primary one is sugar and fat. When we say sugar, we're really talking about you first eating carbohydrates, and then carbohydrates break down to its basic unit, which is called glucose. So we're just going to call it sugar for all intensive purposes. All right. The other source of energy is fat. If you're going to attempt to lose weight, you're really not trying to just lose weight. You care about how much muscle mass you have in your body because that affects your function, it affects your hormones, it affects your basal metabolic rate. So you don't want to lose muscle. You absolutely don't want to lose water because you want to stay hydrated. So really what we're talking about is fat loss, and this is what we're going to talk about. How does our body utilize the fat that it already has stored so we can lose the fat weight and feel energized, feel more confident, feel good in our skin, look good for the summer, okay? This is it. Three basic ways. The first way is through fasting. So I'm gonna write that down, fasting. Fasting basically when you don't eat for a little while. The second way is through eliminating carbohydrates. So we're gonna say carb free. All right. And the third way is through exercising. Okay. Let's start with that. So the three of them: fasting, carb free, and exercising. So let's talk about exercise first. When we exercise, especially zone 2 cardio, it's the type of cardio which you do like when you go for a power walk, where you're moderately out of breath, but you can have a conversation, but you couldn't sing, right? You couldn't be able to hold a note because you're just that out of breath. But it's not so intense where you have to stop and, like a sprint or run, right? When you do that, a sprint, you're gonna burn more carbs because it's called anaerobic respiration, where your body's gonna use the sugar that's in your muscle, okay? The type of exercise we're talking about is that steady state cardio in that zone 2 level. Not too intense, but not too easy at the same time, okay? When you do that exercise, your body initially burns through the initial carbohydrates that's in your body, the initial sugar that's in your blood and in your muscle as energy. And then it's steadily, as you start to breathe more oxygen, it will start to metabolize fat and use the fat as energy so that you can continue to do that for 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, right? The second way that on my list here is going carb free. And the reason for that is when you decrease the amount of carbohydrates that's in your body then is going to tap into the fat for energy. And you could use that for a short time, but I am not a huge fan of going completely carb free. I don't think it's sustainable for people. And then the last thing is fasting. Fasting is where you don't eat anything for a period of time. When you do that, your body is going to burn through the carbohydrates or the sugar that's already in your muscle and in your bloodstream because you haven't eaten for a while. Because just to be alive, your body needs and has to burn energy, right? That's called your basal metabolic rate, meaning that when you're alive and you're not doing anything, your body is still burning energy. And so if you're not eating, but you're still burning energy, you're going to burn through your stores of carbohydrates. And then because you're breathing, your body's then going to utilize the oxygen to metabolize the fat that you have stored. And you will eventually drop the fat off your body pretty quickly. Okay? The magic or the beauty or the blessing is when you combine multiple of them, right? When you decide, you know what, let me eat some more healthier carbohydrates, like some sweet potatoes or some whole foods instead of refined carbohydrates. When you decide that, you know what, I'm gonna intermittently fast and stop eating early at a certain point, and then exercise early in the morning before I break my fast, then you're going to tap into that double fat burning mode. So you can combine all three, or triple, I should say, triple mode, where you combine all three and get good results, especially for a short time while you're trying to bring your weight to a normal level. And then you can then have a more sustainable way to maintain the weight. Okay? I look at weight loss or fat loss in this case in 3 phases. Phase 1, just shredding and losing all the weight. Phase 2, building muscle. And then phase 3, maintaining the level of ideal body weight that you have. So I hope you enjoy this video. In our T8 program at Antioch, we walk you through how to do this thing right. We provide for you food. We give you nutritional coaching and a whole host of other things to help you in your journey so you can get results faster. If you would like to learn more, DM us with the word transform. We'll reach out to you and get you started right away. Take care.